Hello everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel. So in previous class I have stated that we are going to study about conditional statements. So I apologize for that. Before proceeding to conditional statements, let's just talk about programming operators. And my name is Nihal Ansari and I am here a software trainer at Vcare Technical Institute, Lakshminagar. Today I am going to teach you about C programming operators. So basically, a operator is a symbol that operates on a value or a variable. So, like in our tea making process, as I have stated in our first introductory class, so in tea making, we said sugar, we need sugar, milk, and we need water. So these are just all our variables. I have stated that. So these are variables. However, if we are making tea on a gas, so we need a gas cylinder. If we are making tea on a machine, that we need electricity. So these are operations. These are operations to make a tea, and this combines whole about the programming. So in similarly, we can say that programming operators is a symbol that operates on a value or a variable. Like we want to add two variables, we maybe compare two variables greater than, and we may be assigning a variable or we may be equating the variables. So don't worry about that. I'm going to explain all of this one by one. So let's move ahead and talks about first of all types of operator. Sorry. So basically, there are types of operator like arithmetic operators, then increment and decrement operators. So in arithmetic operator, as I have already stated in a very brief that arithmetic operator are plus, minus, multiply, divide. Increment and decrement operator is your variable value increases by one, and in short we can write I plus plus. And then we have a assignment operator in which we are going to assign a value. So like we are having two variables a and b, we are just assigning these two values. And then we have relational operators comparing two variables a or b, that is whether a is greater than b or a less than b. And then this or combines in our logical operator. So in logical operator, we are comparing two statements like and or. So in I'm going to give you a detailed explanation of logical operator, but let's just focus on, and then it's the bitwise operator, which is again the logical statements or some other operation in computers language, computers language, that is binary. Now let's move ahead and talks about all these operators one by one and also make a program on that. So first of all, there is an arithmetic operator. So what arithmetic operator does, it is just mathematical operations. So what kind of operations like plus, which is going to addition or a unary plus, then there is a minus, subtraction or unary minus. Then this star is multiplication, and slash is division, and then there is a percentages which is maybe new for somebody. So in division we got quotient or dividend, we can say quotient, but in the percentage moduli we got remainder after division. So I can explain that. Suppose we divide by 2 and the number is 5, so it comes out as you have done in your childhood. 2 twos are 4 and then there is a 1. So we can say that this 2 is your quotient and this 1 is your remainder. So we need these two values in further lectures. So let's move ahead and talks about the example of this operator. So here is our sample example, and in which there is variable a and b, and we are performing operations, all of this like plus, minus, multiply, divide, and of course the percentage modular, and we uh, see the application of this arithmetic operation. So let's go to our compiler. So here we write what we are doing in comments: working of arithmetic operators. So let's start this by doing what we have doing earlier, by including all the proper syntax, and this is the entry of our main program, and in which we are declaring two variables: a is equals to 9, b is equals to 4, and there is another variable which is going to be our result. So let's write result and then finish that. And this, the value of, first of all, we were putting results is equals to a plus b, and we are just printing this statement. So a plus b is equals to percentage d, this is the format specifier, and the right escape sequence, and this is our result. Now in the next case, results is equals to a minus b, and then again printing it, a minus b is equals to percentage d and escape sequence, and then our result. So we need to follow the proper syntax. So make sure that your syntax would be correct. C is equals to A into B, then printf, and A into B is equals to percentage D and escape sequence, result. Then we have C is equals to A divided by B, then printf, then last but not the least, A divided by B, again format specifier percentage D, and then result. C is equals to A percentage B, so printf A percentage B, okay, or we can cite remainder for remainder when A divided by B, percentage D, and new line escape sequence, and then write result, and then pause for successful execution, return 0. So this is how we write the program. Now let's run it and see the output of this program. So when we run the program, our output comes out to be, there are two variables 9 and 4, and the result, which is first of all equals to a plus b. So result comes out to be 13, 9 plus 4 13. Then 9 minus 4 5, so subtraction comes out to be 5. Then 9 into 4 36, so the result comes out to be 36. Then of course we divided 9 divided by 4, so we have noted the quotient because we have declaring an integer variable, so it comes out to be integer. After the point to values, the compiler ignores because we have declared both a, b, and result is the integers. And then third case is a percentage b, which is remainder when a divided by b is equals to 1. So that's how the result comes out. Now let's move ahead. So the second operator is increment and decrement operator. So in increment, there is a plus plus sign and there is a minus minus sign. This is we are going to use in, I think, control flow statements like loops or conditional statements. So, and whole the plus plus means that it increases, sorry, that it increases the value by 1. Minus minus means it decreases the value by 1. So now let's make a program on the increment and decrement operator. So here we have a sample example in which we have variables, two variables, and we are just incrementing and decrementing them. So let's make a program and move to our compiler again. So let's make a program by writing working of increment and decrement operator. So include stdioh. This is how we do it. We just have to be follow the proper syntax. And here we are declaring two variables, b is equals to 100, and we are putting the increment and decrement side. So there is, first of all, it's plus plus a is equals to format specifier percentage d and new line. This is going to be plus plus a, then printf minus, sorry, minus minus a is equals to, sorry, or we can say minus minus b. Then let's move to plus minus minus a. We can see what's the result going to be out. And then it's a percentage d, new line. And here is minus minus a. Now printf move operation to b. So first of all, we first do minus minus b and percentage d, and then there is minus minus b, and then we have to do plus plus b, percentage d, and new line, then plus plus b, and then of course our return 0 for successful execution. So now let's execute that program and see what would be the output. Now you can see that uh, we have declared the two variables of integer type a and b. A have a value of 10, b have a value of 100. And when we do plus plus a, that means a is equals to a plus 1, incremented the value by 1, we have seen 11. Then we have now a have a value of 11. Then we did minus minus a, that is a equal to a minus 1, and it comes out to be 10. So it is comes to the original variable, that is 10. And then with 100, b is equals to 100, we have done minus minus b, which is b is equal to b minus 1, and that comes out to be 99. And then we have done plus plus b. Now we have a value of minus 99, we have a value of plus 99, and then we have done plus plus b. So b is equals to b plus 1, 99 plus 1 is equal to 100, and it comes out to be our original value of b. So this is how the logic of this program works. Now let's move to our notes. Now let's talk about the third type of operator, that is assignment operator. So in the assignment operator, we are assigning. So we are assigning a value to a variable. So in the example, you can see that there is a bucket in bucket they can be water, clothes, or other items. But here we have a variable. We are putting the variable of clothes into this bucket. So you can see that that's how we are assigning a variable. Remember that we are using here the equal sign. The first variable equal a is equals to v, so we are putting a is equals to b, but that does not mean that these two are equal. So like in the example, the clothes can be filled in the bucket, but clothes and bucket are not equal. They are made of different items, they are not equal. We are assigning, we are putting items of clothes into this bucket. So in the same programming, the programming wise, we are assigning, but we are declaring that a equals to b, which means that the we are assigning these variables. We are not equal variable. This is not, we can say, equal to, as we have done in mathematics. This is not, we can say, equal to. This is not, this is assignment. So, and then there are different kind of assignment other than equal to, like plus is equals to, that is a plus equal to b, which means a is equals to a plus b. Minus is equal to a minus equal to b, a is equal to a minus b. So this is just, increment operator is just example of this assignment operator, in which we are not just incrementing value by one. We are just choosing the value which we want to choose, and we are assigning, that is a is equals to a minus b, multi star equal to, which means multiply, so which is a is equals to a into b, and then divide is equal to, so a is equal to a by b, percentage a percentage equal to b, which means a is equal to a percentage b. So here it should be noted that we are not equating the values, but we are assigning. Now move from the theory part, let's focus on our program, on our sample example. Now let's do a sample example based on the assignment operator. So in this sample example, we are taking variables a and b, in which a the b have a assignment of a in a different way. Like it's example of b plus is equal to a. So we are using what we have studied in the previous slide. So let's move to the compiler. So let's write our program working of assignment operator. Now, the syntax we have to follow, what we are following, and int main. So int a is equals to 5. C, this is how we declare the variable, two variables. In the example, we have chosen b. So let's focus on that. So b is equals to a, first of all. And then we have to print, we are assigning the value of b into a. So percentage d, then new line, and we are printing the value of b. Then b plus is equals to a, and then printf b plus is equals to percentage d, new line, comma c, sorry, b. Then we need to proceed b minus equals to percentage d, then escape sequence, new line, b, then b multiply is equals to a, then printf b multiply is equals to percentage d, and here again we printing b, then b divide is equals to A, then B printf B divide is equals to percentage D, new line, then we have to print B, C percentage is equals to A, B percentage is equals to percentage D, and then we write B, and then proceed with our programming by writing return 0 for successful execution. Now let's run this program and see how the output would be. So after compiling, you can see the results that we have. So you can see that here A is equals to 5, and there is another variable B we have declared. And first of all, we have equated B is equals to A. Sorry, we have assigned B is equal to A, not equated. So B is equal to A, so B comes out to be 5. Then we have write B plus is equal to A, which means B is equals to B plus A. So the two values would be added, that is comes out to be 10. 5 plus 5, 10. Now we have a new value of 10. Then we have done v minus is equal to A, which means B is equals to V minus A. The value of V is 10 minus A, 5. 10 minus 5 is 5, and the value of B minus is equal to 5. Then we have B into is equals to A, which is B is equal to B into A. So the value of B is 5, and A value have a 5, so A into B, that is 5 into 5 is 25, as you guys can see in the output screen. Then now we new value of B is 25, so B divided by is equals to A, which means B is equal to B by A. So 25 by 5 is equals to 5, and now we have a 5 value. So we have B percentage is equals to A, which means B is B is equals to B percentage A, which means, of course, I have told you in the earlier lecture that it is the remainder of comes out. Since we have a value of 5 and A 5, 5 divided 5, 5, quotient comes out to be 1 and remainder is 0. So this is how assignment operator works. Now let's move ahead. Now move on to fourth type of operator, that is relational operators. So basically it tells relationship between two operands, that is, if the relationship between two operands is true, that means it declared 1, and if the relationship between two operands is false, it is 0. And the relationship is, first of all, it's equal to, then greater than, whether two numbers are greater or equal, whether their relationship is true or false. So the result comes out on the basis of this. This is a less than, and this is not equal to, which means if they are both are equal, the two variables are equal, it returns true. And not equal to, it returns false. Now don't worry about that, we just need to do program and focus on our sample examples. So in this sample examples, we have the variables A, B, and C, and we are just checking the relationship between them. So let's move to our compiler. Now let's work on relationship operators, working of relational operators. So include stdio dot h and entry of the main program. So syntax would be same. So int a is equals to 5. This is the first variable. Next variable is b is equals to 5, and the next variable is c is equals to 10. So, and now we have to check the relationship. So first of all, printf we need to do percentage d. The format specifier is equals to percentage d is percentage d and escape sequence new line and a comma b comma c. We have to check or a is equal to v. Now in the next, we need to check whether again percentage d is equal to percentage d is percentage d. This is new line escape sequence, and we need to do a comma c comma a is equals to c, a different variable. Then we need to do printf percentage d greater than percentage d is percentage d and the new line. So a comma b, and we have to check a greater than b. So this is the format. Then we need to do again percentage d greater than percentage d is percentage d escape sequence new line a comma b, sorry, a comma c comma a greater than c. So this is how we are checking the relationship between these variables. Now we need to check about the percentage d less than equals to percentage d is percentage d new line, and we need to do a comma b comma a greater than is equals to b. Then printf, sorry, less than percentage d less than is equals to percentage d is percentage d, and of course new line, and a comma c comma a less than is equals to c. So now we are moving towards the complement operator. So percentage d is equals to percentage d is percentage d escape sequence for new line, and this is a comma b comma a not is equals to c. Then again printf percentage d not is equals to percentage d is is percentage d, and then of course new line escape sequence a comma c comma a, sorry, here it would be because we are checking a into b, a not is equals to c. Now we are checking all those operators. Let's end this program by writing return 0. Now let's execute this and see what would be the output. So after compiling the program, you can see that we have declared two variables a b, both have value 5 and c have 10, and for in the first condition we check whether a is equals to b. So yes, it is true, it comes out to be 1. Then in the second condition we have to check whether the 5 a equal to c, which means 5 is equals to 10, so it is false, it comes out to be 0. Then we check whether a greater than b, that is 5 greater than 5, so it comes out 0 because they are equal and it is false. Then we check a greater than c, that is whether 5 is greater than 10, so it is false and it comes out to be 0. Then we have checked a less than is equals to b. So in this operator, if one of the condition is true, then it comes out true. So in the condition a less than is equals to b, which means 5 less than is equal to 5, less than condition is false but equal to true, so it comes out true and it is 1. Then of course in a comma c, we have checked whether a less than is equals to c. So yes, 5 less than is equal to 10, equals to here is incorrect, but less than is true, so it comes out true. And the not operator, which is 5 not equals to 5, because 5 is equals to 5 and it is a false statement, it comes out to be 0. And a comma c, whether a not equals to c, so 5 is not equal to 10, it is true, then it comes out to be 1. So that's how the relational operator works. Now let's move on. So there is a fifth type of operator, logical operator. So in the logical operator, there is a relationship between two expression. So it works as a relational operator. It returns true if the output is 1, it returns false, and that is 0. So if the relationship between two expression is true and valid, then it returns 1, otherwise it is false. So like and operators, or operators, not operators. So don't worry about that, I'm going to explain that how they works. So I have said that the computer have a binary language and it have two digits. For 1 it is true and for 0 it is false. So which means the and in the and conditions, the two expressions, the two expression of must be true, so it returns true, that is 1. So in you can see that they both are 1, it is 1, otherwise in all these cases it is 0. If any of the operands is 0, then it returns out 0. You can see that it only returns 1 when the two of the expressions are 1, that is true. In the or operator, if any of the expression is true, then it returns true, that is 1. So in this case it also return 1. In this case, because one of the operand is 1, that is true, so it returns 1, that is true. Otherwise, if both the operands is false, then it returns false, that is 0. Not operator basically is the opposite. It if the you put the value 1, it returns 0. If 0, it is 1, that is for true, it is false, for false it is true. So that's how the logical operator work. Now let's move ahead and focus to our example. So in this sample example, we have uh, three variables a, b and c, and we are checking the condition for each one of them. So let's go to a compiler and make a program on that. So let's make a program on working of logical operators. So we have to follow the proper syntax as we have done earlier. Stdio.h, it is the main entry of our program, and we have three variables. First have a value of 1, a have a value of 1, b have a value of 5, and c have a value of 10, as we have done previous program. And then there is another variable which is result. Now let's write down that result is equals to a is equal to b. This is the relational operator as we have done earlier, and this is one expression. Now we write the and operator. So and c greater than b. So this is our first expression, and result is going to find out whether this expression is true or false. So we write A is equals to B, and then C greater than B, whether it turns out to be true or false is percentage D format specifier new line, and here we have to print the result. Then of course we another make a result which is going to check A is equals to B and C less than B. C less than B. So now we are just going to print this statement, printf A, B, and C less than B. Is percentage D, and of course new line result, and move on. Results is equals to A. So results is equals to again A not equals to B, which means A upon A is equals to B. Now in the opposite of AND case, we are writing the case of OR, and we are writing the same condition of second, that is C less than B, but it's an OR condition. So we would see what would be the result. But let's first make a program less than B and C less than B. And we need to see what would be the result. Result. Now, now for checking the complement operator, result is equals to A not is equals to A not is equals to B, or C less than B. We are just printing the above statement by writing the complement version, and then we are just printing this statement. Printf A not is equals to B, or C less than is equals to B is percentage D, then result, and then writing semicolon. And again a statement result so result equals to not. We are writing not complement operator. A is equals to B, printf A is equals to b is percentage d, new line, and then result and writing one more for the complement operator, that is a. Here is again the complement, a not is equals to b. So printf not a not is equals to b is percentage d slash and result. So this is how we end the program, by writing return 0 for successful execution. Now return 0, the spelling should be proper. Now let's run this program and see what would be the output. Now in the program we can see that in the output window, we can see that we have chosen the variable a5, b5, and c10. And in the first line where we are checking the result, a is equals to b and c greater than b. So these both conditions are true. Yes, a and b are equal, that is 5 is equal to 5, and c greater than b, that is c is 10, 10 is greater than 5. So these both conditions are true, and for both condition true and represents the true, that is 1. Now comes to the second condition, where of course the first condition is true as we have proven earlier, but here it is written c less than b, that is 10 less than 5, which is not true. So this case is false, and operator and logical operator returns false for these cases. Then move forward. Same for the above condition, where the AND operators result 0, that is false. The OR operators return true, because in OR operators, if any of the condition is true, then it returns true. So A is equals to B is true, but C less than B is false. So the OR returns true, that is 1. Now comes to the complement operator here. So if the result is A not equals to B and C less than B. So in this, A or B are equal, so it is false, and C less than B, it is false. Now for the OR operator operation or logical operation, where the both the statements are false, then it returns false. Now comes to result not A is equals to B. So in this case, A is equals to B, that is true, and not the result of not, it comes out to be false. So this is how this operation works. And of course, here it is A not equals to B is of course is false. A not equals to B is for false. So in the case of false of not operator, it returns true. That is how the logical operation works. Now let's move ahead. Now here is bitwise operator. So bitwise operator deals in computer language, and we know that computer language is binary, that is 1 0 and 1. 0 is false, 1 is true, as I have stated in logical operator. So it deals in computer language, that is or and exclusive or, then is complement. These are all deal in the computer language. And or works the same way, or works slightly different way, that is in binary, the true false returns. Then there is a complement which does opposite, work as a like a not operator. Then shift left, it shifted the digits to left, and then shift right, it shift the digit to right. Now let's move ahead and talks about some other operators. So like there are some operators like comma operator, which links related expressions, like A is equals to B, is equals to 5 in these cases. And then there is a size of operator, which returns the size of data. We are all going to talk about in further lectures when we talk about array, but for now moment, our operators is finished. We have studied all the kinds of operator what we are going to use in further programs. Yes, I have, as I promised, in the next lecture I'm going to start conditional statements, and apologize for the inconvenience that you all face because of me. So for sure in the next lecture we would start with conditional operators. Thank you. Stay tuned for more updates. Follow Vcare Technical Institute. Bye.